Hello and welcome. I am Amit Mishra, and in this video I have brought a lovely topic in front of you. In this video you are going to learn about India's ranking on Global Gender Gap Report. And let me make it clear in the very first instance that this report, that is Global Gender Gap Report, is prepared by World Economic Forum. So what is India's ranking as per this report? I will definitely tell you, but later in the video. Let me make it clear that I have divided this topic into 3 to 4 heads. I will firstly tell you an overview. Secondly, I will tell you a structural issues. Thirdly, I will tell you sidelining. Sidelining, it means that who are the section, who are the people in our society who have been marginalized. And last but by no means least, I would also like to tell you a support system for senior citizens. So my dear friends, let me make you familiar that India is a digital innovator. It has global economic power, and it has the largest youth population all across the world. I told you yesterday in my previous video that as per UNICEF, India has 371 billion population, and that population lies between the age group of 15 to 29 years. It means India has the world's largest youth population. But there is one dimension where India lacks, and that dimension is global gender gap. Gap inequity. You will find there is a huge gap between male and female. If you find a place, then you will find there are people over there, and among those people, the number of male population is much higher as compared to the female. So what's the reason? I will tell you. Let me mark Let me first tell you some structural issues. You know, as per this report, India has been ranked at 131 position out of 148 countries. So it is showcasing that how is India performing very low in terms of global gap, global gender gap. There is a huge persistence of gap, this gender gap in our country. The reason for this low performance is low scoring, lack of economic participation, I mean lack of access to economic participation for women, also health and survival. These are the things which are lagging in our country, and these are ultimately making an impact on sluggish national progress. Secondly, I would like to tell you that India has maintained progress in educational attainment, but in terms of health and autonomy to whom? Autonomy to women, it lacks. And I am baffled to make you know that in our society there is still a preference for son. Means in our society there is a very low preference for girl child. Everyone wants a boy child. Thirdly, NFHS 5. As per the National Family Health Survey 5, the data is from the year 2019 to 21. Nutrition, budget allocation, and management of the health in rural areas, particularly in the rural areas, these three tasks have not been done. And this is the reason why rural backgrounds, I mean the rural backgrounds of our country is uh, witnessing a huge gender gap. In rural areas, this gender gap is huge as compared to urban areas, as per the data shared by NFHS 5. McKinsey Global Institute, this institute has ranked India at 143rd position out of all the countries all across the world in terms of economic participation and opportunities of index. Means in terms of economic participation and opportunity, women of her country, they don't have access. They don't have access to participate in any kind of economic activities, and further they don't have opportunity to be participated in some way or the other. So McKinsey Global Institute, it has also predicted that if the gender gap which is prevalent all across the country is minimized, then half of the population, that is women, they have the power to contribute $770 billion every year. So it is really a huge amount that will be contributed to our GDP if half of the population is going to be provided economic opportunities and also participating into the same. Now, a sidelining. Who are the people who have been sidelined in our country? So merely it directly comes three names on my lips. First, children. Second, women. Third, of course, senior citizens. So they have not only They don't have not only access to economic participation and opportunities sub-index, but they also have lack of decision making power. They don't have authority. Underrepresentation, they have been underrepresented. It is not about employment number, but if I say that there is a factory, for an example, there is a factory, and into that factory 100 workers are working, and out of all the 100 workers, there are 30 female workers who are also working over there. But you will find that out of all the 30 female workers, none of them have leadership quality, none of them have representative qualities. And it is not about the quality only, they don't have authority also. So quality plus authority, these both things lack in our country. And if I mention one fact, then I would like to tell you that if you look at the work which is being done in the unorganized sector and for subsistence, then you will find that women work 7 times more in our domain. In the domestic sector, you will find that women work 7 times more than their male counterparts, and still they are not being paid. So if the work which is done inside the house, inside four walls of the room, if that work will be done outside, then of course our GDP will grow. And it is not about the GDP only, it is all about the betterment of their life, their lifestyles. And my dear friends, let me make it clear that in terms of infrastructure, investment into infrastructure, our country has also lagged. For an example, you will find very low scoring. I mean, India has scored very low in terms of creating child care centers, elder care centers, and maternity benefits have also not been uh, availed by women population. Now, I would like to tell you that the central and state governments, these two governments must take lessons from Uruguay and South Korea. If you go and visit South Korea and Uruguay, then you will find that these both countries have created infrastructure for child care, for elder care, for also senior citizens. And that's what by no means least, of course, maternity benefits are going to be provided to women's section. So these two countries have done a lot on creating infrastructure, a suitable environment for the betterment of this population. Now, if I mention about the supportive system for senior citizens, then I would first like to tell you that as per the finding by NFHS 5, India has India India will witness double of the senior citizens population till 2050. Means India is going to double the population of senior citizens which is right now till 2050. It means in the year 2050, the in terms of percentage wise, the population of India will be 20%. I mean 20% of India's population will comprise only senior citizen. And if they are 20% in the year 2050, don't you think they will be as a burden on our younger population? And among younger population, half of the population is not working in the sense they have not economic opportunity, they don't have opportunities of index, they don't have leadership qualities, they don't have leadership access, they don't have authoritative parts. So among all these things, if if in the year 2050 this senior citizen population rises by 2 times, and they contribute around 20% of the total population, then they will be a burden, a kind of burden on the younger population. And at the same time, younger population will find burden not only from one side, from senior citizen side, but also from women. How? Women are not working, they have not been given economic opportunities, then the burden of women and also the burden of senior citizen, this both these both burdens will have to be dealt with small of very few younger population. So let me conclude the video by mentioning one thing, that global gender gap report is not just a report, it is a warning for our country, a warning to enhance infrastructure, a warning to make aware the younger population, a warning to do better for women section, a warning to create an environment where this gender gap could be minimized. So, what will be the next steps of our government? We will see. So, thank you. Thank you very much.